Hey guys, welcome back to the Tim Tai channel, and in this episode I'm gonna talk about how to not argue with your wife. Yeah, how to not argue. How not to argue. One of those. First of all, I'd like to apologize about the title. I know it's kind of unclear. I didn't mean that you're never gonna argue with your wife. Like, I didn't mean like how not to argue, like never argue, because obviously, if you're married, you're gonna argue because there's no perfect marriage. Unless you guys, there's only two times that you'll never argue in a marriage, and that's either you're asleep or you're dead. So yeah, otherwise you're gonna argue. So what I'm trying to say is I'm gonna teach you how to argue the proper way, I guess. Yeah, not the wrong way. How to not argue the wrong way. Yeah, I know. I'm confused myself. I don't even know why I'm doing this. I think I'm just doing this to keep myself sane. Anyway, so I'm not an expert on arguing, but I've learned this from experience, and what I teach you here is going to be valuable, invaluable. How not to. Anyway, just take it with a grain of salt and try it and see if it works for you. Then keep doing it. If not, then sorry. So the first rule in arguing with your wife is you have to assume, and this is for your own good, you have to assume that she's right.
Yes, dear, you're correct. Yes, Your Honor. That is correct, Your Honor. No, Your Honor, I will not try to negate or object to what you said. That is correct, Your Honor. Yes, you are right, dear. I mean, Your Honor, you are right, dear. Honor, always right.
Everybody knows that wives are always right, so just assume that, because what happens is when you assume that you're wrong and your wife is right, you're not defensive. You're not in that defensive mode, and you just know you made a mistake. So now you're just trying to find out what the mistake was and what you did wrong. Because believe me, you are always going to do something wrong. The wives are just waiting for us to do something wrong, and once we do something wrong, they're going to pounce on it. And most of the time, we don't even know what we did wrong. So just accept that you're wrong. Okay, that's why they say happy wife, happy life. You want to keep your wife happy, because given the choice, would you rather be right or would you rather be happy? Yeah, yeah. I think we'd all just rather be happy, because being right doesn't have any perks, right? Except for bragging rights. But who needs that when you're sleeping on the couch? You can't brag about sleeping on the couch. Second rule is when you're arguing, do not ever bring up the past. Okay? I mean, this is going to be so hard for us guys. For the women, they have a record of everything we've done wrong, and for sure the wife is going to bring that up. Oh, remember like 10 years ago when you did this, and like you forgot our month anniversary? Or you remember 5 years ago when you talked to me in a condescending way in front of my friends and you embarrassed me? They remember all that because it's ingrained in their long-term memory. But when you're in the heat of argument, you're going to be so tempted to bring up the past, and you're going to say stuff like, oh, actually, I'm glad you brought that up, because I have these statement of accounts from our wedding from 12 years ago. Yep, I have them all itemized here, all the expenses that I paid for. Yep, pretty much everything is here. Yeah, that kind of reminds me of that time when you almost killed me with the overdosing of the moringa tea. Do you remember that? I almost died. Believe me, you don't want to do that. I know, it's easy to say now, but I know how hard it is when you're in the argument and you just want to bring up what they did before. But do not, absolutely do not. Just treat the moment as if it was just happening now. Okay, so just be kind of clueless going into it. This is really to protect you more than it is to protect her. Because really, if you're approaching the disagreement or the fight from a fresh pair of eyes, or from like, just if you're approaching it like it's never happened before, you're gonna have a different perspective. No, seriously, it's good sometimes, because then you see something that you've never seen before, and you're not clouded by previous experiences. Even if she's wrong, do not bring up the past. I guarantee you the argument, the fight, will be a little easier for both of you. Focus on your feelings. Yeah, I know it's hard for us guys to be in touch with our feelings, but instead of saying, you did this, you did that, you, try to focus on you and how you feel. For example, if say she forgot, or women never forget, if say you feel like you don't get enough attention from her, don't say, you don't give me enough attention, okay, because that is an attack, because you're saying you. But if you focus on your feelings and say, I feel like sometimes I'm being neglected. That's just a feeling, and when you focus on the feeling, there is no right or wrong, right? It's a feeling. You can't be wrong about your feeling, because that's how you're feeling. So I think if you approach it from that, things will be smoother. Especially women love talking about feelings. So just do it. Get in touch with your feelings, guys. Feelings, nothing more than feelings. It's therapeutic, yeah. And this is probably the last advice that I could give you. Always address the behavior and not the person. And this applies to any argument, any fight. Do not say a characteristic about her. Like, don't say, well, you're a nagger. All right, don't say that, but focus on the behavior. So, you're nagging annoys me. No, actually, that's wrong, because you're saying you're nagging. So, you gotta reword it and focus on the behavior. So, you are so materialistic. Well, you buy a lot of shoes. Yeah, see, shoes, a lot. Or I feel a bit annoyed when you repeatedly ask me to do something that I already said that I was gonna do. That makes me feel like you don't trust me. See what I did there? I focused on the behavior. All right? I know it sounds very simple, but trust me. I'm telling you to remember all these now, but when you're in the heat of the moment, when you're arguing, when you're in the fight, you're going to forget all this, and you're just going to go back to the same old, fight or flight, freeze reaction. So you got to practice this, okay? You could practice by either just imagining you're in a fight, or imagine something that would usually put you guys into an argument, or and then practice being calm, and then connecting with your true self, connecting with your feelings, acknowledging it, letting it go, and then having clarity. Yep, those are the 3 C's that my therapist. Oh, did I say I have a therapist? I didn't say I have a therapist. That's what I learned from my friend who's seeing a therapist, not me. Why would I need to see a therapist? I'm perfect. Anyway, I hope that helps. If you like this video, if it helped you out, please click on the like. If you have any insights or anything you'd like to share on how you argue properly with your loved ones, please comment below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and also hit the notification button below. That's it. Good luck to us husbands. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.